Hey guys, it's Claudia, and in today's video I wanted to talk about some of the three of my favorite books that I've read in the past years and kind of mention what type of period in my life I was in and in what way the book has helped me. So up to a point where, my goal right now is to become financially independent with my own business, with my own creativity, with my own mind. So just really starting doing something for myself. And so I wanted to talk about the three books that really helped me to get to where I am now. And for the past 10 years, I've worked at different corporate jobs, up to a point where I just kind of hit the wall where, I felt like I couldn't grow anymore. And I knew that that's the time where I need to focus on myself and what can I bring, what type of value can I bring to the world, and what type of business do I want to create, because it's always been in me. I just didn't have the experience. And so yeah, these three books have really helped me understand certain perspectives, and also understand what I need to change maybe about myself or about certain beliefs or certain perspectives that I might have had, such as, I don't know, like victimizing myself in certain situations or blaming others for whatever was happening. You know what I mean? In my early 20s, I read this book by Manson. And basically in that period of time, I was pretty, insecure, still trying to find my place in the corporate world, or, whatever career I was on, and whatever I was trying to achieve, still trying to find my place, still trying to understand what I'm doing, etc. However, when I was doing that, of course, I was influenced a lot by people, and I guess, insecure, and maybe caring what other people think about me, and what type of, if I want to create more YouTube videos instead of, pursuing my professional career. And that would be okay, some people would have some comments about that maybe, and I would take that maybe personally. Wow, so back in my early 20s, I started to read this book, and it really brought me to a perspective that I was really caring about what other people were thinking about me, about a lot of aspects. And even though I might have thought that I don't really care what other people think, I was still influenced by that. So yeah, this book was really great to just try to let go slowly of that, caring what other people think about me, caring what other people might think about what I say, or, etc. So this was a great starter. And then, honestly, I have these two books by Eckhart Tolle, and The Power of Now and A New Earth. And I would say that these two books are my favorite books ever, so far, that I have read. These books have really opened my mind and really put me into a new perspective. So I would recommend these two books, actually, or all of the books, but these two books especially. If you feel that you want to, change your life, or you feel that you feel stuck, maybe at your job or in your life, and you don't know how to proceed further because you feel that there's something changing, some inner change or outer change, or both, then these books are really great. So I started with The Power of Now, and The Power of Now brought me into, now it really made me understood that when you attach yourself to certain beliefs, or to certain words, or to certain titles that we add to ourselves, that we are kind of delving away from our true sense of who we are. And so we're creating these attachments and perhaps fueling the ego more. Wow. The goal here is to be open-minded and understand more perspectives and take more in. And also like wanting a new, better life. So to make changes, you have to like let go of certain beliefs and I don't know, certain systems. So for me, it was maybe hard to let go of, 9 to 5 is the only way to make money. And that's the only way that is secure and the only way for me, because that's what I've been doing for the past years. So maybe the fear. So I guess the power of now brought me into like perspective that living into like imagining and thinking about tomorrow only and or living in the past as we all do, I guess, that is like taking away our time from now and our like actually where we can thrive. We can only thrive in the now because that's the only present moment. And like if I think about the future, maybe I get anxious, or maybe I don't know, I imagine something that doesn't exist, and you know, it just takes away me from now to just imagining, instead of I could actually achieve something right now. And maybe that fear and anxiety about thinking about the future is also blocking me, preventing me from doing something in the now, so in the moment. And I was, I guess, struggling with a lot with maybe procrastinating certain things because I was maybe afraid of doing certain things, right? So maybe I was afraid of taking on making YouTube videos full time rather than, doing what I did. And I guess to beat that perspective, this book really, really helped me to move on, to understand that life can be lived in many different ways, and basically you live the way you want to live, and that's being in the present, being in the now, understanding like what is going on, what you actually want to do, what you feel, what you want to achieve, instead of like regretting what happened yesterday or being anxious about what's going to happen tomorrow. So yeah, this book really transformed my daily thinking, my daily routines, my daily habits. I saw myself stressing a lot about the future, or maybe regretting some things from the past or previous days. And so that, kind of blocked me from just being in the present and really like doing things that I want to do. And if you're an overthinker, you know that once you get into that loophole, oh, yesterday was like this, I should have said this, why didn't I say this? It can take up a lot of your hours in the day, just thinking, right? Anyway, the power of now, really great. Also really good to understand, that you're not your thoughts that come, because thoughts are like clouds, they come and go. And I know I mentioned that in my previous video too, but you really get into a perspective where you really like understand what that means, to not get attached to any thoughts. Like in this moment, maybe you're feeling anxious, so you have anxious thoughts. But in 5 minutes, maybe you're gonna have happy thoughts. And so you see, it's like changing all the time. So you can't really like relate on and just think that you have to be your thoughts, or you have to relate or react to thoughts. And also this book is very good at mentioning that often, like in the past, myself, I would react more rather than actually listen. And so by reacting, I naturally either took on like a defensive or offensive position, whatever it might have been. And so that in itself prevents, from further growth, because it just fuels some sort of negative emotion maybe. And yeah, this book really also like brings up the ego and like fueling up the ego. And then A New Earth, I would say is a great, like either or. But I think I would recommend maybe this one. If you haven't read any of Eckhart Tolle's books before, I would probably recommend starting with A New Earth. Because there are way more real life examples that he mentions in this book. And this is a little bit more abstract, I think. If I compare it like this, and this was more, yeah, with more real life examples. I found it like super easy to read, like super easy to understand because, yeah, just it makes you think, it makes you realize certain things. And essentially this book mentions everything that is in this book, but then it goes even broader, so the chapters are longer. I found chapter 5, the pain body, this chapter very interesting because it mentions when you feel a certain thing and then you think about how you feel, and so you feel how you, and so you think that you feel that way, and then you create like a loop. And so I would definitely recommend these two books if you're in a state of mind where you know, you have so much thoughts going on and you feel maybe stuck at your job or stuck career-wise or stuck in life, and you kind of you don't know what to do next. I would say that these two books are really good to bringing you to the present moment, understanding what the present moment is, and understanding that, you know, worrying about an imaginary tomorrow takes away your present moment from the now, where, you know, now is the constant moment and now is the only thing that exists, right? And these books also bring up a lot about understanding about the ego and how, you know, the difference between ego and self, that in itself is also like super interesting, and just understanding the perspective that you don't have to react to everything that is coming your way. You know what I mean? Like when, for example, when we think a lot and we have a lot of thoughts, we might think that I am at this thought, or I have to react to this thought because I'm thinking about it in the moment. But often when we meditate or something, often when I meditate, it's like thoughts are just coming and go. And these books mention a lot of things on how, like, by being in the present moment, you kind of like don't attach yourself to any external thought or any external, you know, anxiety moment, or if you're anxious about the future. So yeah, very good perspective books. All right, and I just want to say I'm not sponsored by any of these. These are just my recommendations. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these type of videos. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.